try to find a way to live together and make those things work more practically on a day-by-day basis. And that's what the vision of the Youth Opportunity Center was all about.
It's an amazing place. It's an amazing place to come into. I've been fortunate enough to be here almost 2 years, and it doesn't take you very long in the building to see that some folks had a fairly unique vision of what a one-stop shop for young people would look like.
Started out as a bold experiment, an idea that would truly test the meaning of collaboration and partnership. Two organizations, the Oasis Center and STARS Nashville, would lead the charge to create a new place that would change the landscape of youth services delivery. The idea was simple: create a place where youth would only have to walk through one door to be able to find all the resources needed to be happy, healthy, and whole. A welcoming place where young people can join in and find a home no matter who they are, what they look like, or what their economic status is. From the star athlete to run to the litter, homeless, drug addicted, or the leader of the debate team. This new place would help them all on their journeys.
Well, the Youth Opportunity Center was unique from a lot of different perspectives, and we found this out pretty quickly as we began looking at other places around the United States that had similar visions and goals about what this kind of partnership might look like, that there were a lot of places that ended up maybe of one organization owning a building or something like that and then leasing to a variety of other agencies and whatnot, but there hadn't really been this coming together of one entity, so to speak, that owned, operated, and developed the Youth Opportunity Center together.
What you see when you look around the country and you look at the youth serving organizations, you usually see them trying to accomplish one or maybe two or three unique tasks for young people. And what that does is that puts the burden on the young person to have to shop around, find other places within the city to get their needs met. And as you well know, when you work with young people, that's usually not one need that you're trying to meet.
The uniqueness of it was that two agencies really formed a true bond and partnership to come together and develop the YOC. That was unique, and that was recognized by a lot of folks, both nationally at the state and local level, for the true collaboration. Number one, just simply doing a joint capital campaign together, which was no small feat, to bring together the kind of sharing that's required when you do something like that in terms of resources and development and boards working together to really make sure that all the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed as it came together.
Not only has the Youth Opportunity Center received local, state, and national attention, but also international acclaim. Through a partnership with Belmont University, STARS and the Oasis Center have partnered to spearhead the Mid-South Peace Jam.
Peace Jam is an international program that was developed by Nobel Peace Prize winners. So there are 13 different Nobel Peace Prize winners that sit on the board of the Peace Jam Foundation. STARS was thrilled that Belmont asked us to come on board, and we knew that it couldn't be just STARS kids coming to the table. We needed all different kinds of kids, and who better to help us with that than the Oasis Center.
So we already had a really cool working relationship, and she knew about our mission, about our program, and I trust Melanie's judgment. You know, she says, this is a really cool program. This is gonna bring a lot of young people together on a topic that's important and not just arbitrarily important, but it's really important to you specifically, Tasha.
And so the two organizations set out on an unprecedented effort that would ultimately end up on the corner of 17th and Charlotte Avenue. Most locals of a certain age knew the building as the old Duckhead Warehouse. XMI Real Estate bought the property and would rename it Midtown Millworks. But most of us would come to know the building as the Youth Opportunity Center.
We were very fortunate in that former director Hal Cato at Oasis had come upon this space through his relationship with a wonderful supporter of this initiative, Mike Schmerling, who had this building available, and this building was like the ideal place.
I was a poor college student working a couple of jobs and barely making it, and always wanted to have a pair of duckhead jeans, and knew there was this manufacturing facility up here, and heard the rumor of an outlet store being here, and came over here, and I think for $3 or $4 or $5 I got a pair of duckhead khakis, and I thought I was the coolest thing on the Belmont campus because I finally had a pair of duckheads.
So there's an enormous amount of history in the building, and I think one of the important things that we tried to do is maintain some of the look of the history of the building while bringing the building into a contemporary look, so that it would be very youth friendly. So it wouldn't be one of those kind of places where young people would go and they would feel like, ah, it's just one more place. It was really a nice facility. Simply having good training space for not-for-profits is no small issue, because we're almost always looking for those spots where we can take our meetings and whatnot, and this has been a great resource to be able to have. And it was really the first of its kind in Nashville, where jointly two organizations came together to make sure we had a training space that was open to the community.
Roger Dinwiddie, CEO of STARS Nashville, and Hal Cato, former CEO of the Oasis Center, set out to create a space that would serve young people with a diverse array of programs and services while helping not-for-profit agencies come together like never before.
I think that the thing that we always wanted from the building is not just tenants, but partners, and I think that was the real goal and purpose. Decisions were not made based upon just random choices. There were very specific reasons for why people are in the building. The Nashville Prevention Partnership, extremely important because of its work in the community related to substance abuse prevention and intervention.
Nashville Prevention Partnership has benefited from the relationship. Not only do we have space that's affordable, but it's top-notch office space. We're able to utilize the multiple conference rooms that we have, and we've hosted several trainings and events and things of that nature. But also we're able to share costs, accounting costs, and obviously occupancy costs. And some of these things for a small organization would be very difficult for us to do, quite frankly. But this gives us a shot. This gives us a chance.
Well, there are three determining factors the board of directors looked at. One, it had to make economical sense. And coming to the Youth Opportunity Center it fits that purpose. Number two, we wanted to be a part of a facility that had common interest among the other not-for-profits. Specifically, we wanted to be associated with other youth service organizations that have a common belief, a common mission, just a common idea that our youth are not only our future, but they are the present. And our third determining factor that the board of directors looked at was we wanted our administrative offices to be centrally located from our other facilities.
We were in a metro center with a piece of property bought, paid for, and ready to start building on when Mike Smerling came to us with this idea of being here. And because of the clientele and the kids and the families that we serve, a lot of them being in North and East Nashville, we thought this would be a fabulous location for us.
During the first 5 years, the Youth Opportunity Center has saved about $1 million in back office costs, duplication of services, and general operating costs.
Is simply the savings of what it was costing both STARS and Oasis to exist prior to moving in here. We know that we save somewhere in the neighborhood of a couple $100,000 every year just by reducing those operating costs that we had. Programmatic initiatives will be the next frontier for us. The other thing that I would think is important, we're all looking internally at how we evaluate what we do in the building so that we can sort of cross-pollinate our evaluation data to see how we're working together to serve kids effectively and to see where we maybe are serving the same young people.
I would say to you that the big challenge for us is coming to grips with the reality that if all we ever do is respond to crisis, that we will at some point be consumed with the need.
I think the other part to the frontier is to make sure that we don't lose sight of the importance of our regular contact and meetings in the building, so that we're truly, when we get together, we find ways to not duplicate our efforts for future grant opportunities and those kind of things. And I think we're becoming better about that.
My firm belief is that if the city decides that there is no expendable life, that we're not willing to lose one single child, then everything that happens to children, whether it be early childhood programming, education, recreation, healthcare, all of that comes under one lens, and it becomes a different mission. And I think that's what the YOC will be a leader in. I think we will be a leader along with other sister agencies around the city in saying we need to change that approach. And so to me, that's what the next 5 years is about, is looking at the places where we can make the greatest impact on how we go forward.
The Youth Opportunity Center is at the center of our city. It's at the center of our work, and thankfully it's at the center of the lives of the young people who need it most. Happy anniversary, Youth Opportunity Center. Thanks for making the difference.
Happy birthday, YOC.
Happy 5th anniversary, Youth Opportunity Center.
Happy 5th birthday, YOC.
Happy 5th anniversary, YOC. Woohoo!
Happy 5th anniversary, YOC.
Happy anniversary for the Youth Opportunity Center. This has been 5 great years and had positive effects on many of our youth throughout our community.
Happy anniversary, YOC.
Happy 5th anniversary, YOC.
Happy 5th anniversary, YOC.
The Boys and Girls Club is so glad to be a part of this place. Can't wait to see the next 5 years.
From all of us at Baptist Healing Trust,
happy 5th anniversary, YOC.
It is so good to be able to say happy anniversary to the YOC for 5 wonderful years and for what looks to be many more wonderful years going forward. So happy anniversary, YOC.